Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between Trapp Brewing, and they're out of Stowe, Vermont, and Human Robot, and they're out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and this is their Stowe Style Czech. So they're calling this one a Czech-style Pale Lager that comes in at 5% alcohol by volume, 30 IBUs at the time of review. I don't know exactly how old this can is, but it does have a best by date of April 16th of 2024. We're about 4 months away from that date, so according to the brewery, we should be good to go. So this is the newest release from Trapp in their Stowe Style series, which is a collaboration series. I've reviewed a couple from the series on the channel this year, and this is, again, the newest offering, so I thought I'd grab it. I love what Human Robot does, at least from the small sample size that I've had and reviewed on the channel. So this is just a Czech-style Pale Lager, and I'm here for it. So let's crack this one open and get it into the glass. So the other two Stowe Style beers I had, one was a Tamavi Pivo, which I believe was a Czech-style dark lager, and the other one was a fest beer, and they are both really well done. So I'm expecting more of the same from this one, if I'm being honest with you, especially with Human Robot being a part of it. I feel like it should be a pretty good beer. And yeah, anyway, throw this over here, and we will get right into the review. So this has some of a chill haze, but also a slight haziness. There is a good clarity. I can see my hand through the other side. Has that straw golden color, a little bit more of a, we'll say a darker golden color, almost into the orange realm. Hold it up to the light, and yeah, it has a nice clarity, good carbonation, almost a two-finger of a soap sudsy white colored head. Plays the role. This looks beautiful for a Czech-style Pale Lager, 100%. Let's get a nose. Yeah, that's exactly what I want out of this aroma. It has a bready, biscuity, kind of almost like slight sourdough bread type of tinge. There's a beautiful fruitiness that is not overdone. It's like a lot of orchard fruits, I would say, like red apple, pear. Maybe a slight like lemon zest. Underripened white peach, apricot, you know, a hint of stone fruits. And then it has this nice floral, almost herbaceous kind of hop character, maybe a touch of a spiciness. Oh, it just smells beautiful. It smells exactly what I want out of this style. Plain and simple. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. This is fucking delicious. Let me tell you something about this series. They are 3 for 3 for what they're going for. They've nailed it. And this has such a beautiful finish on it that, man, I just want to kind of sit here and savor that finish. It's lingering. It has a nice, and a lot of times if you watch the reviews, you know, I usually talk about, for me, on my palate, a lot of times the malt hits the forefront, the hops kind of hit on the finish. But sometimes, for me, the malt character will kind of dive underneath and kind of hit me on the back of the palate, and that's exactly what's happening here. Body and mouthfeel. Man, this is like medium body, 5%. This might be full for the style and ABV, but medium bodied overall, really well done. The mouthfeel, it's super crisp and effervescent, exactly what you want out of this one. Very clean as a whole. Just beautiful bodies and mouthfeel, or body and mouthfeel on this one, not bodies. Not plural. No, there's not. I don't think there's two bodies here. The taste, right forefront, again, bready, biscuity, sourdough kind of, almost a slight toasted kind of quality, but not really approaching it, but kind of like almost. But yeah, sourdough, like a sourdough bread, biscuity, bready. Dives underneath the palate. Right after that, I get a lemon zest, lemon pith, pretty much a lemon character in general. And then after that, a little bit of that orchard fruit, like a red apple, a pear, somewhere in that realm. And then a touch of that ripened stone fruit, again, white peach, apricot. The second half of the palate is where the hops shine. But what they do is they balance out this beer as a whole. It's floral, herbaceous, and spicy. This one finishes mild to moderately bitter, smack dab in the middle. The one thing I enjoy, at least based on like Czech-style Pale Lagers and Pilsners, comparatively speaking to a German Pilsner, I like that they have a little bit, at least for me, a little bit less hop character, a little bit more balance to it, which is why I kind of gravitate towards them more so than others. And it's beautifully well balanced here. I don't think if you like pale lagers or pilsners that you would pick this one up and think it's too bitter. Maybe if you're like an American adjunct lager drinker, perhaps. But I think if you enjoy pilsners and like Czech pale lagers and whatnot, I don't think this would be too bitter for you. There's definitely a little bit of a lingering bitterness. It has a nice semi-dry kind of finish to it, but what happens is, as I talked about earlier, is the malt character hits me on the back of the palate. It almost has this, to me, sour, like a combination of like a sourdough and like rye bread. The spiciness reminds me of like a rye kind of spice on the back of the palate, and it just sits there and lingers. It's just bready, sourdough, rye kind of feeling. It's awesome. Listen, this style, again, this series, 3 for 3. The other two beers definitely got into like the 4.25 range. I think Tmave Pivo, I think, got a high 4.25, and then the Fest beer, a low 4.25, or maybe it was the other way around. Regardless, this is my favorite of 3, and I'll be honest with you, when it comes to, Czech Pilsners, Pale Lagers, German Pilsners, I usually gravitate towards the darker Czech style, darker German styles, and even a Fest beer. But this is so great. That finish kind of, just puts it over the top for me. Just plain and simple. One more sip before I give it a proper rating. Look at the lacing too. 5% alcohol by volume, can't really tell. But again, from the body perspective, it drinks bigger than the ABV and what you'd expect out of the style. It just has more of an oomph. If you want a very flavorful Czech-style pale lager, this is it. Would this be as sessionable as some out there? Maybe not. Maybe a couple Kansas and I would be done, but I think I could drink an entire 4-pack. Pour the rest as I contemplate the final rating on this one. I think I like this the most out of the the entire series that I've had so far. So, rating. On Von Trapp and Human Robots Stowe Style Czech, low 4.5. I'm going to go 4.4 out of 5. This definitely gets a higher score because it's better than the other two for me. Not substantially better, but definitely better. That finish is what puts it over the top for me. And this is just a great series. I hope they keep on doing these, and I hope we keep on seeing them here in the Buffalo, New York area. This is just a fucking fantastic Czech-style pale lager. Price point availability, $12.99 a 4-pack in my neck of the woods. Yes, and then yes. You're talking just over $3 for a 16-ounce can. Nowadays, with everything crazy expensive, I would happily pay $3.25 for that can all day, every day. I guess it would be $3.25. All day, every day. And then availability, I don't really know. Wherever you see Von Trapp, you probably should see this series, especially if you get, there are a lot of their offerings locally. Maybe some, they do a mix pack. If you see their stuff, typically you will see this. This one just came out in the last couple weeks, so this should be on the shelves throughout the month of December and January. I think they have been doing these like every quarter, so you'll probably see a new one sometime in probably January, February-ish. But I really like this one. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you haven't had this one, what's your favorite Czech-style pale lager or Czech pils? This is definitely up there from an American brewery for me. It's just fucking delicious. I'm kind of surprised at how good this one is based on, the fact that lighter Czech and German beers usually just aren't, I don't usually lose my shit over them. Losing my shit over this one, for sure. 4.4 out of 5. So I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.